Brooklyn versus Ryuga. These are two power slamming characters from their times in Beyblade, and they are simply so powerful that they cause town level threats in both their verses. We have the King of Darkness versus the Dragon Emperor. Who comes out alive? Both these guys come in as top bladers from their verses, and for good reason. Brooklyn is known as the King of Darkness, who was a genius with a white trench coat and a natural charmer. Ryuga is a Dragon Emperor with amazing tenacity and thrilling momentum. Both of these characters were monumental in their verse, clearing out some of the best bladers. Now granted, we couldn't see much of Brooklyn during his time as it was very short, but we got to learn how good he was in his short amount of time, having incredible power and skill. Let's see today who could win if these two ever faced off. Let's start with Brooklyn. Brooklyn was known to be a genius among everyone. He was naturally gifted at everything, and because of this, he spent most of his time alone. Brooklyn wields the Beyblade Zeus. He was so strong that every blader that went against him always lost and got injured because of his Beyblade. Brooklyn is a special player because he can naturally predict an opponent's moves and knows what they do next. He is also able to copy a blader's moves and instantly make it better. Brooklyn was kept a secret for most of Beyblade season until randomly showing up and defeating a high level blader like KiiNGKhyy. He can tell when someone will win a battle or lose, and does it so well it's like he has the ability to accurately predict the future. With this at his feet, he is second to none in terms of intelligence. He is on a different level and is very smart in his battles because of it. Brooklyn's base Zeus is also able to attack a blader themselves and their spirit. This can cause internal and external damages to the opponent, causing them to almost die if the battle is tough. This was insane from Brooklyn as we got to see him cause so much damage to his opponents where they can completely black out because of the power of his Beyblade. Brooklyn's Bey was also able to keep up with metal Beyblades at the time when he was still using a plastic Bey, which is a huge accomplishment given the time of the metal Beys being introduced. His raw power mixed in with Zeus was on another level. Still thinking about it from before, it sucks we really didn't get to see more of Brooklyn. We only see him play mainly 2 matches, and those 2 blew everything away, so it makes his power so unique and mysterious still. His full potential was unlocked after finally gaining some base spirit, and he uses it all in his match against Tyson. Brooklyn is also able to drown his enemies in darkness, making them slowly sink away. His power was so strong, it caused KiiNGKhyy to lose his memories and be affected immensely. With this power, I would say this is a town level type of power, being able to completely destroy anything around him. Now what I think is the most busted ability from Brooklyn is the ability to change time and space. Brooklyn was able to create an alternate dimension to a world inside of his mind. This ability is actually insane and puts Brooklyn in a whole nother tier of a blader. Being able to actually do this makes him one of the best. In his world, he can do anything that his mind is thinking. He puts on black wings and causes a city level threat to everything around him, including the stadium. Brooklyn also has a skill of teleportation, where he was able to teleport all the audience from his match with Tyson to another location. Now let's head over to Ryuga. Now Ryuga has some of the best power-ups you could ever see with his Beyblade El Drago. First, El Drago was a left rotating Beyblade, which was very rare and unheard of in the verse. Because of this, his timings were different when people faced him due to him rotating on the opposite side, and it was hard to go against him. His El Drago also was known as a Forbidden Bey that had dark power, that could steal an opponent's power and use it for himself. This ultimately made Ryuga basically invincible, as when he gained power, his El Drago could keep spinning forever and could just attack. Since El Drago was an attack type, it was one of the best types and always was a heavy hitter that could do a lot of damage. It was incredibly quick and great for Ryuga and his power. Later on in the series, however, the dark power is gone from Ryuga, but his El Drago ends up being able to take other people's power from El Drago alone and not the dark power. With the dark power infused into Ryuga at one point, he created one of his best moves ever, which is the dark move Dragon Emperor, Soaring Destruction. This power unleashes everything in a single attack, forcing it high into the air before slamming it into the ground with incredible force. If it weren't for Jenga's ultimate move, Galaxy Nova, I don't see how this move could get stopped. Ryuga's Meteor El Drago got so much better than his normal El Drago, and you could tell Ryuga became a better blader by constantly working hard on himself and putting his life on the line in every battle. As he gained so much battle experience, he loved the thrill of battling. It was something that helped him win. He had a ridiculous training schedule, wandering around the world, seeing things, and basically living like a beast on the hunt. Ryuga also has the power of a star fragment inside of him, which gave him a huge boost as well. With the star fragment, his El Drago became El Drago Destructor with even more power. Legendary bladers were all seen as high bladers who could have the skills that rival gods, and yet Ryuga is the only one in the show to completely wipe all of them out. I mean, in the 3rd season, he basically defeated all of them, with some being ones like KiiNGKhyy, King, and basically defeated Chris. Ryuga was seen as the best blader and could take on anyone. He was surrounded one time by 20 people who tried to take him in, and he wiped the floor with them. He had immense power that was hard to stop. At the end of the 1st season, Ryuga had so much power that could easily level the town they were in, and possibly be a threat to the world had he continued his destruction. Ryuga's Bey was literally carved from darkness throughout the ages as humans learned of El Drago's power and used it to go on with the evils of the world. If Ryuga and Brooklyn were to fight, I think the battle will go with first Brooklyn seeing how he can react to Ryuga, moving in reverse rotation. From there, Brooklyn will try to escape from Ryuga's fast attacking moves and then copy and do the same thing, causing a stalemate. Then Ryuga will use his special move to try to move Brooklyn's Bay, but it does nothing. The fight will be more of an all-out battle, and I have Ryuga's endurance over Brooklyn, causing Brooklyn to go to his other persona, taking out everything in the way. He will then teleport them to another dimension, and this won't matter, as Ryuga will know what to do and will get it done. Now if anyone gets mad at my pick for Ryuga, I can explain. The biggest threat Brooklyn has is his genius copy moves and his ability to change time and space. Now it would be hard for Brooklyn to copy Eldrago's moves, as Eldrago is a reverse rotating Bay, and not a Bay that is so simple. Also, when I think of Brooklyn's abilities, he reminds me of someone like Damien who can create a dimension from his Hades Kerbex. Just thinking that Jinga and Kyoya both found ways to get out of that dimension makes me think that Ryuga would also have no problem. Also, if Brooklyn were to bring out immense power, Ryuga would simply take it all. Ryuga is able to go toe to toe with a god, and I don't think Brooklyn can achieve this feat unless he puts in hard work and dedication like Ryuga did. The importance of working hard and dedication is evident for Ryuga, as when he lost to Dark Power, he still managed to bring out the best of Eldrago's abilities from his raw strength alone. This is unheard of and something that should be noted. As for Brooklyn, he was all on his own instincts and his natural ability to be good at everything, though he was met with back-to-back losses against Tyson and Kai, and Ryuga is far above those two with an overwhelming amount of destruction and chaos in his way. Brooklyn also likes to get in his opponent's head and makes them irritated. He cannot do this with Ryuga, as Ryuga can stay very calm and composed when battling. I also want to say on the point to when Ryuga went up against Rollo, his ultimate move still could not do what it wanted to do against Rollo, and yet he was still able to make the most impact from just himself. I don't see Brooklyn being able to hold up to that standard, as the amount of bladers that Ryuga has faced and won against, and is completely different from Brooklyn. All in all, both of these characters are both extremely powerful in their verses. I think highly of both Brooklyn and Ryuga and their skills to be the best. I might have a somewhat bias of Ryuga, as I enjoyed his character a lot more, but let me know who you guys think about this battle, and who you think would win. The Beyblade universe gave us a lot of strong characters, and I truly do wish we got to see more of Brooklyn and how he would have done given more screen time. Ryuga on the other hand dominated everything and only lost twice in the whole series of many battles, giving us more info on how we could do with someone like Brooklyn. This is just a short video going over the two, and let me know who you guys are taking in this heated battle. I thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back in the next one. Peace.